And welcome to FRL Formula Racing League multi-class on a Thursday Drivers' Championship. You will have the GT2 cars and the BMW 2 cars out on track. So, out of the blue corner in the M2 class, you have Gaiman, Supernatural, Haggerty, Cossett, Sebastian, Nomeg, Sloot, Pospisil, Pacasia, Picanello, Kerala, and Munster. And out of the red corner with the GT2 cars, you have Jabino, Thacker, Nicky, Tullock, Gedman, Machado, Adam, Lino, Harvey, Smith, Bushtonelli, Barnett, Brocken, Tomberini, and Litty. Just looking on track now, I believe. Oh, there's a J Sharp 2. So you got an Adam and J. Oh, he's missing an E. But we're at Silverstone. This race is the one before the final next week. Next week will be Suzuka. But we'll get underway with qualifying, which will take 20 minutes, 10 minutes for the BMW M2 cars to go first out on track. No doubt Munster tends to lead the way. They'll have 10 minutes. If they cross the line before the 10 minutes and they're on a hot lap, the GT2 cars will catch up to them, but they will have to stay behind until the BMW M2 car finishes a hot lap and they are free to go as they please then after that, and they will be ending the qualifying for the last 10 minutes of the GT2 cars. As we just wait for the clock to go down now. I do normally keep the map out just for qualifying to see where people are racers are on the track. After qualifying, I will go through the championship standings of where everybody is, and with points as well, before this race. So this race may determine a lot of things, maybe, with the last race being next week. Definitely Suzuka, that's going to be a tough track with GT2 cars and BMW M2 cars on track. But let's get underway with Silverstone. The Munster leading the way. Just makes his way up to Magan and Beckett's. The famous F1 track, well, famous British racing track. An old World War II airbase. Come down the hangar straight, we'll just jump on board to some of the other racers out on track. Up. So the BMW M2 cars are the ones in red on the telemetry. The GT2 cars will be the ones in white with the grey arrow in the bottom right hand corner. If there is a Ferrari Challenger car that is racing tonight, it will be a white box with a red arrow in the bottom right hand corner. But there doesn't seem to be any Ferrari Challengers out on track at the moment. They are in the same category as the GT2 cars in the championship. I think it was Galen and Volkmann. Them two were racing. I believe it was a third one, but I can't remember. I knew there was two racing at the beginning of the season. It's unfortunate they're not on track at the moment, but we'll just concentrate with the qualifying as is happening now with Munster leading the way, set the benchmark for the other racers behind. Just coming out the left field now. Woodcock, the final corner, as he comes across the line to start his hot lap. No doubt he'll set the benchmark for the rest of the racers from behind. Just comes out to Cops now. Have a look where saluting the Margaret and Beckett's. Put flat at the chapel. Wells is not too far behind. Piccanello just coming out to the same corner too. Keller got his foot flat coming down the Hanger Straight. Not too far behind his pass whistle. Cossett making his way down to the club. Not too far behind Parker's here. Foot flat now. Straight coming out of the Hamilton Straight. Munster just come out of Brooklands now. Round the last couple of corners. Let's have a look to see what time he's going to set for the rest of the cars behind. Or did he have a little bit? I think I was in track limit. I think that may not have counted. I don't know. But it did. 2:17. Anybody else coming across the line setting a time? We'll just keep on board with Munster as the other cars start coming in. Keller up into second. The 3-car set in times of Pospisil comes across the line as well. Currently in 5th now. It's down by Piccanello, I think it was. No, it weren't, sorry. Cossett. Not too far behind Munster. On the telemetry, there is a couple of other cars out on track. Let's have a look to see who's going to be the next car across the line. That'll be Sebastian. Keeping it nice and tight. A little bit wide on Woodcock. Doesn't set a time. So S will be the next car coming across the line. He's still needing a set of time also. Munster coming down into the village. Nice and tight around the loop. Braking coming out of the Wellsden Straight is crucial around these next couple of corners. You can go a little bit wide. Keeps it on track. Does he improve in his time with the 2:17.2? Of course, that is the next car behind. with a closer time. Keller not too far behind also. It doesn't improve in his time. Sloot is the next car coming across the line. He is absolutely bang on exactly with Munster. I don't think I've ever seen her. I'm gonna screenshot that. I just screenshotted it. Haha! That is, I've seen type, but I've never seen bang on. Like, fair play to Sloot. Nice. Haha! Pacasia stays in 7th, I believe. So, cars. Well, Munster set the time before Sloot, so he would start on the front row anyway. But that is mental. Cossat, he is just a whisker away as well. Keller on the back of him as well. So, Pignello's at half a 10th, but you never know. Just have a look at the next couple of cars. S will be the next one across the line. So we've still got a minute and 50 seconds. I think Pacasia will do another lap. I don't think Sebastian will do another lap. He may. Yeah, I think he's a little bit too far back, but I think Pacasia will make it across the line with a minute and 25 seconds left to go. He's pretty much halfway. So let's have a look at S coming across the line. Coming out the last couple of corners of left field. Yeah, nice and tight into Woodcote. No, he doesn't keep it nice and tight, but does he improve in his time? No. Didn't set the time or improve. Munster is your next victim across the line. Does he improve? He does improve. Sloot now coming across the line. Stays where he is. Keller has a couple of BMWs not too far behind. Pospisil will most probably be the one behind. Keller in 4th, Pospisil in 6th. Stays where he is. Cossat, he goes top of the board, a provisional pole. No, he will get it. Pacasia, no, Munster, and they still got another lap in him. Pacasia, yeah, he will be the last one across the line that can do another lap. The GT2 cars will come out in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now they can come out. All the BMW cars out on track. Now this is their final lap. If they invalid on this lap, they can either come into the pit or teleport. It's up to them what they do, but the GT2 cars will catch up to the M2 cars pretty quick, and they will have to stay behind. They cannot impede on any lap time. The BMW M2 cars are on track. On the final hot lap now with the GT2 cars just warming up their tyres, stuck behind M2 cars because they will catch them. As I think a GT2 car's got past player out 3-2-1, I think it was. Of Machado. As long as you don't impede on a hot lap, that is totally fine. I think Munster is coming across the line, no, into the pit. He's going to start on the front row provisional at the moment. Just having a look at the telemetry of the other BMW M2 car. The Pospisil is your next one across the line. Currently in 6th. Can he improve and jump up the board? crosses the line, coming out the woodcut now, stays sixth. So Cossette comes into the pit, just having a look who else is out there now. Parker Sear, can he improve from 7th? You got 8 minutes left. I think he may come into the pit, looking at the waves coming into there now. I think that may be it for the BMW M2 cars. As I think Machado comes across the line. Now he is going to be foot flat. He normally sets the benchmark for the other racers. This is going to be a very, very good race, especially with BMW M2 cars battling it out. He's catching up, nice wide track, especially get a couple side by side. And I think some of the BMW M2 cars are still out on track, I'm not sure. I think he needs to come in now, I think. Just jumping on board, just keeping an eye on the telemetry. Machado just coming out the club now. He'll set a benchmark for the rest of the racers behind. Is Adam. I'll call you Adam, and I'll call you Jay. That's sharp and sharp to me. You got an E, and he hasn't got an E. It's still sharp to me. Sorry, boys, but I know Adam and Jay. As we just jump on board with some of the other racers out there now. So Machado coming along the last couple of corners now. Foot flat through Woodcote. What does he do? A 2-minute flat, 0.6. Nicky not too far behind the Smets. Currently occupying the second row in third with Jack going in front with the third spot with Jay going in fourth. There's a couple of other races. Tomberini jumping into 6th spot. I'll try and catch everybody as they come across the line with Tulloch occupying 7th. Now I think I've just Brustoli in 5th. Is there any others crossing the line? That was Litty. Next one to cross the line. I don't think he's going to set the time. Brocken is the next one. Where does he come? 7th. Who else come across the line? Now it's Harvey. We got Gedman coming across the line. Does he set the time? He jumps up into 9th spot. So, guys out on track set a time are on the board. Cars that haven't set the time from the GT2 cars are the ones down by here, but that was another one coming across the line. That was, Oh, I don't know why he's, yeah, but the grey in the bottom right hand corner. Oh, sorry guys. That's mad. I don't know why they are a red box, but they got the grey in the bottom right hand corner and they are GT2 cars. So, yeah, that just threw me off a little bit there then, but that's mad. Machado coming across the line with a 2-minute. Can he improve? Stays where he is. I'll try and jump on board with some of the other cars. I think I was Smets coming across, improving on his time in 5th. Tamburini through Woodcote. Jumps up into 10th spot. So, Brustoli jumps up to 7th. 37. That was Adam jumping on top spot. Provisional pole as it stands with just under 3 minutes left to go. Jack on the front row with him. Talak in 3rd, Machado in 4th. These cars are flying. There's going to be a lot of side-by-side action, I think, with the M2 cars out on track. Oslo coming across the line. He jumped up into 7th, I believe. So Gibino coming along the last couple of corners. Does he improve? Stays with his. So Barnett next across the line. Can he jump up into 5th? That's a good lap from him. Machado coming around the last couple of corners now. Goes on top and just takes it away from Adam, closely followed behind. That's a good lap. Jay across the line. Sorry, the red has just thrown me off a little bit with the numbers. Tambrini into the pit, trying to move aboard with some of the other guys. Talaki jumps up, I think it was, I believe. Couple of places with Adam in 3rd. Taliti comes across the lines, jumps up 1 spot. The Brocken currently occupying the bottom at the moment. Stays where he is. Bogetto is still in the pits. So Gedman is the next one across the line, currently in 15th. Also stays where he is. We've got 20 seconds left. And Gibino will definitely have another lap. I don't think Barnett will have another lap. Gibino will be the last car if he can keep it on track coming across the line for the rest of this qualifying session. Barnett currently in 7th. Can he improve in his time? Stays where he is. Machado, can he pull away a little bit more than what he is now? Can he get down? Oh, he does improve a little bit, but hasn't Nicky got anything for him? Stays where he is. Smets stays where he is. Prentice coming across the line now. In 4th, Jay into the pit. Pustuli currently occupying the front row. Adam, what can he do? Can he take it from Pustuli or even top spot? He takes 2nd place. I believe that is Litty coming across the line. Don't know what happened there between these 2 other cars. So Harvey will be the next victim. No, he's not going to be the next victim across the line. He will come into the pit with Brocken. Into the pit also. So Orsel is still out. Is he going to cross the line or come into the pit? Going for it. Currently in 9th. Stays where he is. So your last car out on track is Gibino. Currently in 13th. So Can he just make his way up the leaderboard a little bit? He stays in 13th. So, looking at the BMW M2 class, you have Corset on top with a 216.8, closely followed by Sloot. Munster in third, Keller in fourth, Picanello in fifth, Pospisil in sixth, Pacasia in seventh, Sebastian in eighth, and S is currently in ninth. So, there's a lot more GT2 cars on track with Machado with a 2-minute, well, pretty much flat, with Adam not too far behind in second, with Bristoli in third, with Prentice in fourth, you get Jay in fifth, Tallaght in sixth, Barnes in seventh, Mickey in eighth, Russell in ninth, Harvey in 10th, Smets in 11th, Lino 12th, Gibino 13th, Tamburini in 14th, Gedman in 15th, Litty in 16th, Brocken in 17th, Progetto in 18th. So that is the start in lineup for the race. It will be a race of 45 minutes. Mandatory pit stop for refueling is 25 seconds. For tyres, it will be 30 seconds. If accumulate any damage, it's up to you if you want to fix it or not. Tonight's race is sponsored by Ashley Gunn in Down Under. He's been your sponsor for all of this season, and thank you very much. What I'll do now, I will go through the standings. I'll start with the... sorry, I picked up on the wrong race. It's my fault at the moment, sorry. So, as we go, we'll go with the M2 cars, BMW M2 cars at the moment, with Munster currently occupying a top spot with 83 points. Pospisil is in second spot with 74 points. Keller is in third with 66 points. Sloot with 59 points. Brown is in fifth with 56 points. Corset is in sixth, 53 points. You have Picanello in seventh with 52 points. Haggerty is in eighth with 51 points. Point behind is Matavelli with 50. Same points as Kazovic with 50 also. Gaiman in 11th with 49. Micheletti is on 45. Serpentine on 40. Pacasia 34. Sebastian 30. Supernatural 15. McCrae has 12. And Monweg is on 11. So that's what it stands at the moment with the BMW M2 cars. So the GT2 cars, as it stands, Tallaght is on top spot with 79 points. Machado is on 71 points. In second, Harvey in third with 66 points. Gibino has 60 points. In fifth spot is Barnett with 60 points, same as Gibino. Smet is in sixth spot on 57 points. Same points in seventh is Bristoli, 57. Adam has 54. You have Thacker, 52. Lino has 51. Nicky, 47. Jack has 35. Deadman, 34. Brocken, 28. Same points, Tamburini, 28. Volkman, 26. Progetto, 20. Fabianco 19, Litty, sorry, on the same points, 19, Galen 14, and that Trotman in 13th. But that is a championship standing for the GT2 cars as we just get ready for the formation lap. Get the map in the corner now and get ready for 45 minutes of epic racing as it's been for the rest of the season. The red boxes, as I go down by there, that one and that one, 2 seconds, yeah, these two, I don't know why they're in a red box, but these two are GT2 cars, for you not to get mixed up if you're looking at telemetry. Just have a look at the grey in the bottom right hand corner. That will tell the difference between the GT2 car and the BMW M2 car, because the BMW M2 car will be in blue in the bottom right hand corner. So that's how you'll tell the difference, the grey and the blue. Grey GT2, blue M2. So Machado is leading away now through Margits and Beckett. We'll just wait now for him to cross the line to start racing with this epic Silverstone track. It looks like it's going to be a bit of rain in 15 minutes. The track temperature is green, 13. Tyres are going to be very cold and hard to warm up in our temperature, especially with rain coming in 15 minutes. This is going to be interesting. Is the rain going to stay to the end of the race? Who knows? Is it going to come for 5-10 minutes and then go again? Are they going to do the pit stops, come in for fuel, change tyres to wets, and come back in again, or stay out if it dries up that quick? Who knows? I can't see it drying up that quick, it's too cold, but it'll be slippery, greasy. Let's have a look at some of the BMW M2 cars coming down into the next couple of corners. Corset will be occupying the front row with Salute. For the M2 cars. Oop, in the pit. Machado and Adam will be occupying the front row for the GT2 cars. Not too sure if you want to be on the left side or the right side coming into the first corner at the race start. Preferably on the racing line you want to be on. On the left side, for me, I'd rather start on the left, but just jumping on board with some of the cars. Coming down the Weldon straight into Brooklands. They all start getting bunched up. So Machado and Adam are going to occupy the front. Foot feathered. This is FRL Formula Racing League at Silverstone GT2 M2 Driver Championship Round 6, sponsored by Ashley Gunn in Down Under. We are about to get racing. Here we go. Machado will occupy the inside line. There is contact. That's very, very unfortunate. It looks like Tulloch. I think there's going to be a few cars behind. They're just flicking on board with a couple of racers now just to see if everybody gets through okay. Looks like there's a GT2 car in amongst some of the BMW cars. I think in front is Jack is out in front. He is your race leader with a comfortable gap at the moment. I think it may be about a second or two. The telemetry starts sorting itself out now. Tulloch handling second at 2 seconds. Not too far behind. Tulloch is also as his car scrapping just in the background. There's a couple of cars coming down side by side as Gedman looks to go on the inside of Jabino. I think it may be in the Maserati. Looks to cut back on. No, he's going to be on the outside. Jabino defends on the inside, just behind. These two cars scrapping away, I'm not too sure. Just jump up in board with Jack. Tulloch 3/10 closed up from the last time we jumped on board with them, followed by Orsel. Let's have a look what's happening a bit further down with the BMW M2 cars that's in the background. There's a couple of cars. It looked like a GT2 car going a little bit out of shape, but Munster, Michaela just in front of the GT2 car, but possible. I think that's not too far behind. Just going to have a look up against Munster. As one of the cars, a little GT2 car goes a little bit wide as we just jump on board with another car. It gets a little bit mad. Keller just up ahead. Let's have a look what's happening with Corsat as they're coming up in the market brackets. He seems to have a bit of a breathing space over Sloot as there are other GT2 cars getting in the mix. Michaela is holding off from Munster. Can Munster have anything for him? Just closely followed behind Munster is possible. So foot flat now, going down the Hanger Straight. I think it may be a little bit too far behind. It should jump on board with Jack now with a 1.7 lead. He's maintaining that gap with Tulloch. Under pressure maybe from Ossel. Ossel takes it off him. Tulloch, can he get back at him with Ossel coming out to shape? Missed that overtake. With the telemetry now. Letty is holding off Smet with Jay closely followed behind. Having a three-way battle between these with Gedman having another scrap with Jabino. Just follow the leading car just up in front. It seems like going down into this corner now. Smet is under pressure now from Jay, who looks to have the inside line. Does he keep it on track? He does. That's a good overtake. That's Smet losing out, but can he come back at it now? So Jay is going to have a look at Litty, who is the next car just in front of him. What has he got coming down now into Cops? They all managed to get through okay. He does have a look as he goes side by side into Market the Beckett's. What's going to happen? Up his contact. We don't like to see that. It looks like Pastoli is over the back of Adam. He's going to have a good drive out of the Chapel curve, foot flat down the Hanger Straight. I think he may be a little bit too far back. We'll just jump on board with Jack, who's keeping that, maintaining that gap out in front with a 1.6. Just a little bit further back, we'll just jump on board with Sloot. I don't think he's under a bit of pressure, but Kellen is now from Munster. And Pospisil and Picanello is amongst these four. Did you jump on board with Kayla with Munster breathing down his neck now? What's he gonna do into Stowe? Sticks it on the inside. Can he keep it on the inside? Kayla on track as well. It's good racing side by side. Munster's looking to go on the inside. No. Kayla may defend it off, but he does defend. Pospisil is all over the back of these two, scrapping as well, just waiting for anything to happen. But I think Pospisil could have a good drive out of here now, coming down the Hampton Straight into the RB, out to the farm curve and down into Village. Could be a good overtaking spot. Looking on the inside. No, he doesn't. Kayla still owns Munster off with Pospisil breathing down the back as well. Munster not on the inside. As Picanello picks a spot as well from Pospisil, doing so. So we can hunt down Kayla and Munster just up the front. Looking at telemetry now, it looks like Harvey's under pressure from Chibino, I think. No. Letty Story, I think that's Gedman just up in front. He's holding off Harvey. There's Harvey sticking on the outside of Stoke, and Gedman get back at him. Out the veil, sticks it on the inside, staying behind Harvey. And Gedman come back at him. I think Jabino up so Jabino is not too far behind this group of cars. Have a look at Tamburini and JF2. It looks like Tamburini went a little bit out of shape there with Smith taking advantage of that. Tamburino's still going a little bit out of shape. Makes himself big in the wing mirrors, but doesn't make anything of it. But Ossel is still currently in second spot, just in front of Tulloch, who's hunting him down. You got Jay, who's occupying this group of cars just behind him. The Smith not letting him go. Just as we go down to Cosset now with Sloot all over the back of him, but just in the background it looks like Munster is going to take that spot off Kella, and I think Picanello is under a lot of pressure from Pospisil now. But Kella, can he get back at the Munster? And Pospisil and Picanello. Here comes the rain with 36 minutes left of racing. This is going to be very interesting when it comes to pit stops. If it's a dry race, you can come in and not change tyres, which will cost you 25 seconds just for a fixed fuel. But if you want to change tyres, it will be 30 seconds, where a lot of cars will lose a lot of grip in the next couple of corners. No doubt that is definitely going to happen. But we'll jump on board with the race leader at the moment with the GT2 cars. What's he going to do? Is he going to come in for wet? It looks like the rain is only over 5 minutes, and then after that it's going to, well, not dry up as quick. It's going to stay greasy and damp. So what do you do? This is going to be interesting when it comes to the pit stops. Let's have a look what's happening on the telemetry with Jay and Smet. Still keeping him occupied. There's Gedman, Ajabino for company. There's cars in the background as Machado is fighting his way back up into 12th, the fastest lap of the race. Not too far behind is Litty. Putting him under pressure in his torrential rain as well. As he comes off track, I think he may have been in last and to come up a couple of places with Litty. Oh, that's not Litty. That might be Nicky. Sorry, I think it is. All over the back of him now. A 77, that is Nicky. Taking the place of Machado as they go coming down into Marcus and Beckett's now. Nicky is just in front with Brocken, defending from Barnett. Whoa, Barnett has a little bit of a wobble. Jump on board with the M2 cars now with Corset putting Sloot putting Corset under a lot of pressure now. The rain has come down. Who's going to be the best on the brakes? Are they going to come in? Stay on these tyres, change for fresher, drier tyres, who knows. But Corset has Sloot for company, who looks to go on the inside through Woodcock, scrap down into Corpse, sorry, fuck Corpse. Sloot manages to take that spot off Corset. Can he keep in front and defend it? The next couple of corners, I think Sloot may just be a little bit in front. I think this weather is going to impact a lot of racers out on track, especially when the rain is going to stop in 5 minutes. We're also under a lot of pressure from Tulloch, who comes into the pits. He might come in and waste time. Waste about your pit stop coming in, coming out. Waste about a minute of racing. Why not do it now? Why racing it? We try to dry up and then come in. You may as well come in when it's at its worst. So Smet has Jay all over the back of him. The Margins and Beckett now. It looks like there's a couple of other BMW cars not too far behind. The Sloot has a nice gap now over Corset with Munster in third, Keller in fourth, and a couple of other M2 cars on track with Bushtully out of the GT2 cars, the provisional pit sitter at the moment. And as for the M2 cars, sorry, Orsel is in the pits, forgot seen him going in. Smets and Jay seem to be a little bit closer for comfort with just over 30 minutes left of racing. The BMW M2 car just up in front, up the Hamilton Straight. I think coming into the village, they're going to catch him. How are they going to do it coming out to the loop? Because they're going to catch him in the loop. Oh, Smet has lost out to Jay, losing a bit of traction. Under braking. Does he pass? With ease he does. Smet not too far behind. Whoa! There's a couple of cars in the background. Tamburini losing out to Jabino, who does a Silverstone drift. Looking at the telemetry at the bottom of the telemetry now, you have Sloot. No, only one BMW car has come into the pits, and there's still a lot of GT2 cars still out on track. So Jack has a nice comfortable lead out in front with just over 10 seconds. Nice comfortable lead, doesn't have to do anything rash, doesn't have to do anything stupid, anything like that. Just pick your braking spot and just coast it. Keep off the curbs. James Smith on the left, they seemed a little bit closer then. So this rain is going to impact a lot of racers, and there are a few in the pits. Are they going to come out on wets and then just finish a race on wets? Might be a good choice because the track ain't going to dry up soon. It's cold, it's going to be slippery, it's going to be wet, but your tyres at the end of the race are going to be red. You definitely ain't going to have much grip. This Gedman is hunting down Nicky. Oh, I think Nicky has overtaken Gedman. Can he come back at him? I think he may have gone a little bit wide. This is James Smith. We're a little bit closer, but it looks like Harvey's closing in slowly with just 3 seconds behind Smets. So Nicky and Jabino seems to have taken a spot from Gedman, so Gedman is coming back on the inside. Does he take that spot off Jabino? He does on the inside, but can he keep it on track? He does, with Jabino going wide. He takes up 2 spots off Nicky as well. So Gedman keeping it on track has taken 2 places. Stay off the curbs. That's one place you don't want to be. Hey, as you just see Nicky just in the background, but Gedman taking 2 spots on a couple of corners. Good drive then. Oh, the Smiths and Jay having a company of the BMW M2 cars with Jack into the pits. Now he is currently on provisional pole for the pit stop. I should jump on board with Lino, go through Markets and Beckett. I think there's one of the Porsches just in the background now. Tamburini, Brocken and Lino. Oh no, I think it's Tullock. And Tullock is just in front of these guys. Tamburini not too far behind him. That's the other Audi. Machado. Currently in 14th from Osel under pressure. So Tullock is defending from Tamburini. But out in front is Lino. On top for the provisional pole sitter as it stands. The Jack losing out to the weather, no doubt, which is unfortunate. He's not too far behind to attack Lino though. What have the guys done? Have they come in for wets, or have they come in for another set of dries? I think a wet option may have been the better option because the track will not dry up up as quick. Salino is just out in front with Tulloch under pressure now from Tamburini. Need to jump on board with these guys. It's going to be a tricky braking zone. Stay off the curb, around left field. Who's going to have the better drive at the Woodcott? Way! Whoop! Look like Russell got Machado for company. Down into Woodcott. Can he get anything on him? Going up into Margets and Beckett. I think he'll stay just behind at the moment with Litty going a little bit wide. But Bagetto taking a place of him. So also, can he defend from Machado? Progress down now the Angus Straight. I think Machado's a little bit too far back, coming into Stowe. Just jump on board with Jay, can be out in front for the GT2 cars. Just Matt's in second, Navi in third. Still needing to make pit though. Nicky and Genman are still out there where the rain has stopped. But who's made the right tyre choice when they've come into the pit? Have they come in off the dries onto wets, or they've come back out onto wet? They started on the dries. Did they come in for wets? Use that 5 seconds, or stayed on the dry tyres and come back out? I would have come in for wets, most probably. It's a bit cold. Tracking going to dry up quick. The tyres are going to be red at the end, but I think you'd be better off on the wet tyres coming into the pit. Looks like Nicky's coming in now. The Jay's still out in front to jump on board with Munster, currently the M2 leader, with the M2 cars having a bit of a gap between one another. These pit stops are going to be crucial for the M2 cars, but it seems to have made a bit of a gap between each other. I don't think there will be a lot happening between the M2 cars because of the conditions. Munster is the race leader for the M2 cars though, with Kellan in second and Pospisil in third. Just looking at the telemetry now, there is a little bit of a gap, but anything can change. That's what I mean. Did they come in for dry or wet tyres? Who knows? So Machado's a little bit closer now. Coming out to the chapel. Could be still a little bit far back to try and make an overtake with Nicky picking up a stop and go. That may be for speeding in a pit stop, but just up in front. Jack is hunting down Bush Tully, I think that is, in the other Porsche. I don't think... Is it... Oop. I think that may be a blue flag that Jack has caught up to, but Jack seems to have the race lead of the pit stops as well. I think he's taken Lino somewhere on track, with Tamburino currently in third spot as the race unfolds at the moment. But Jay and Harvey still have to make a pit stop and get them two. So Machado is a lot closer now. I think he backed out of it a little bit then. I think maybe if he kept his foot flat he made the beam, but the surface is absolutely unpredictable with Adam. Not too sure what happened. It seemed he may have gone off track, not too sure. So Munster is occupying the race lead at his stand with just under 20 minutes to go. He's occupied by a GT2 car. Michaela sitting in second and Pospisil occupying the final top spot, the podium position in third. As you can see with the telemetry, there's a bit of a gap between these three, scrapping it out. All the other BMW M2 cars are pretty spacious from one another. It could determine the race finish, but Tallaght has Osel all over the back of him now, with Tallaght looking to go on the outside. Can he get back on the inside? Coming out the Stowe down into Vale. Machado is all over the back of Tallaght now, taking a spot off him. So Osel and Machado is taking the spot from Tallaght. As Osel is under a bit more pressure now from Machado. I think Machado's getting a little bit of coolness into his tyres. I think he may have come out onto the wets. But he's finding grip down in the village, coming around the loop. Also keep him off. Has Tallaght got anything for these two out in front? Did he come out on the dry tyres? Maybe in about 5-6 minutes. Dry tyres would have been the better option. Who knows? Still 14-15, still track wet. I think that's Gedman just in front of these, scrapping it out. Gedman, who still hasn't made a pit stop, who is gonna get very, very feisty in the next couple of corners. That's okay, it's a bit of, with the guys have made the pit stop. That was good racing, no contact, happy days. The scrap on the moment of these three. Can Tallaght come back, and Machado is a little bit closer now. We put him under a little bit more pressure. I think he may be a little bit too far back into Stowe. We just jump on board with Jack now. Bellino closely followed behind, not too far behind. Let's have a look. There's a bit of a comfortable gap, but he's going to be held up by BMW. I think our Sloot, they get past each other. Happy days. Sloot may hold J up. Lino, sorry, but he doesn't. So Jack is still your race leader for the GT2 cars. We've just jumped on board with Osel now. Still currently occupying the front row with Machado all over the back of him, with Tallaght not too far behind. So these guys are having a good scrap. Machado making himself look big. Barnett and Bustoli on the telemetry looked a little bit closer. As they managed to catch up to a blue flag. Whoop. A couple of them come sliding out the last couple of corners. Drag rid now to Cops. Good line in, good line out to Omega Beckett. foot flat out the chopper. And see who's the best on the brakes coming down into Stone. I think he's gonna look to go into the puddles to cool his tyres down. Try and get a bit more extra grip. So, Munster has a stop and go, Pospisil has a stop and go. Maybe that is from speeding in the pit lane, maybe. But, who knows. Cossat is occupying the race lead. They're picking Elo in second, Munster in third. But he still needs to set his stop and go, pretty much a pit stop. Keller will occupy the third spot. I think Sloot and Keller are a little bit too far apart. So Cossat is there, Picanello's there, Keller there. Where's Munster? Yeah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate what happened. Pospisil and Munster, but Cossat, Picanello and Keller will be top three in the next couple of laps. Sloot is a little bit too far back, so it looks like they will be a top three at the end of the race. Cossat, Picanello and Keller. So, just up in front, also Machado. Now still scrapping it out. I think catching up to a slower car. I think I may have been Barnett, but I don't know. I think Tulloch not too far behind. So Jack is still occupying the race lead for the GT2 car, just over 2 seconds from Lino. Tamburini, is in third spot. So Tamburini, I don't think he will catch these two up in front. But also Machado may not catch Tamburini. 6 seconds, 12 minutes, maybe, who knows. One little power slide in 2 seconds. Machado still been also with Tulloch, not too far behind. Oh, I think it was a little bit of a love tap. Racing continues. Tulloch is all over the back of that mishap now as they catch up to a BMW M2 car. Machado, I think, was looking to go on the inside, but also still occupies the scrap out of these three. It looks like these three are going to be scrapping to the end. Just over 10 minutes left of racing. Tulloch is a little bit too far back. Orsel is occupied. He's blocked in. Machado's going to look to go on the inside. No, I think the GT2 car. I think maybe Nicky just getting out of the way, letting the other cars get by. I think Tulloch is the next one to try and get around the outside. That's foot flat now, going over Woodcott. Down in the copse we go. I think they'll be like this coming up to the next couple of corners. So Jack is still occupying the front spot, just under 6 seconds. Lino in second with Tamburini in third. So also Machado, they were 6 seconds, now it's 8.4. I think there's a little bit of time lost when fighting. I think this is going to be a scrap for fourth. It also is defending on the inside. Machado might have a better drive out. I think he got held up a little bit for there, but he could attack coming down into the inside of this corner. out of Vale, around Club. Right behind him. A lot closer now. Stays behind him. Come out of the ambulance straight, and there's a couple of corners now. Will he have a look down into Village? With the BMW car just in front? No, he doesn't. He may have lost a little bit of time there, but Jack is out in front, Bellino in second, Tambourine in third. So this is the scrap on track at the moment with Corset up, I think Machado, I think it tried out that corner there. No, still behind. So to jump on board with the race leader for the BMW cars. Corset has a nice lead over Piccanello in second. And occupying the third spot will be Keller, as long as they keep it on the wet stuff. Well, I'd say the black stuff, but it's wet in there. So looks like that'll be the finishing positions for the BMW cars. We just keep on board with these guys. These have been scrapping for a good 15-20 minutes. Fair play. Talak just in the background now. I think Machado is going to have a good run out of this corner. Picking up, cooling his tyres down. Having a better racing line going into this corner. Russell comes across. I think he may have backed out of it a little bit. Have a good drive down now. Russell is defending well. Good drive between these two. Oh, Russell gets a little bit out of shape then. I think Machado backed out of that a little bit then. Just to make sure there wasn't any contact. So this is the scrap on track as it stands at the moment. I think Harvey and J are getting a lot more closer now. Is Machado gonna get past him? Also is staying in front very well. Good defending. So Harvey now under pressure now from Jay. Couple of M2 cars in the mix. Could Jay have anything for him coming down now into club? He may just stick behind him. So BMW cars are Corset, Piccanello and Keller occupying top 3 podium spots as it stands. The Munster's a little bit too far back to try and catch up, but Russell is still in front of Machado. But has he got anything for him? No, I don't think so with Harvey now. Having Jay for company all over the back of him. The Maserati power. Look to go on the inside. Does he make a stick on the inside? And the braking is a little bit out of shape. I think Harvey will cut back inside, take that spot. Keeps in front of Jay. And so also is still in front of Machado. To jump on board with some of the M2 cars, have a look at what's going on. Everybody's a little bit spaced out. Kayla picking Elo and close up. Your top 3 runners, but this is the battle on track. I think Harvey's just a little bit too far in front of Jay at the moment. So Talak is not too far behind. You got Gateman just in front of these 3 scrapping it out. Coming down in the cops. Stay in single file. Machado may have a look. Just over 4 minutes left of racing. Also, as Machado all on the back of him now, can Talak gain with these 2 scrapping it out. But I think Talak may be a little bit too far back with Machado on the racing line. Coming down into the next couple of corners. Can he have a good drive down into club? Might have a good line out here. It looks like Jack has got a nice lead of the next Carlino and Tamburino in 3rd. So these are the guys scrapping up the track. Coming down into village. Machado is looking, might have a better racing line. He does have a look, no he doesn't, he stays behind. I think Machado, when he passes, I think also will have a little bit of difficulty trying to keep up, I don't know. But he's defending very well. Machado getting some of the wet stuff cooling down his tyres. Also stays in front, great racing. Nice driving between these 2, keeping it on the wet stuff as well. The dark wet stuff. And on track, keeping racing, flowing, happy days. With Harvey now under pressure now from Jay. The BMW 2 car, M2 car just in the background gives a little bit of shape, but Harvey is defended now. Into Stowe. Jay can have a look. With the M2 car just in front, nothing is impeded. I think that's Jack just in the background catching these 2 battling it out. So Javier Sharp battling it out, gotta give way for a blue flag while battling it out. So there's a bit of a breathing space between M2. The race leaders catching these guys racing. Overlaps them. But does that leave the door open for Jay? Jay gets past with Harvey, losing out on that blue flag situation. Does happen in racing, it's very unfortunate. But can Harvey get back at him? Just keep an eye on the telemetry, but he battle out on track with just a minute left to go of these guys. I think Telek's a little bit too far back now to try and make any effort to overtake it with Machado. Gone. Picked up speed as if it was dry. With Jack out in front.
Leaders on final lap now.
Leader on the final lap also is defending absolutely amazing in this race, especially with the conditions that is happening all around them. As Machado, he takes that spot of Ossel, but Ossel, can he come back at him? So Machado jumps up into fourth spot. Ossel, what can he do? Good racing between these guys. Bush Tully, I think, looking at telemetry, maybe a little bit closer then, but when Jack comes across the line, he will be your race victor. Willino in second, Tambellino in third, but anything can happen with track conditions. Who knows, especially with M2 cars just up in front, anything can happen, but also is a little bit too far back to make any type of move. Then I think Machado is catching Tambellino pretty quick. I think that's going to be a bloody scrap for third spot. Just having a look a bit further down telemetry, this is going to be a fight. I think Tambellino getting a little bit out of shape now. Machado has the company of Osel all over the back of him now. Coming down to the next couple of corners. We're expecting this for the end of the race. But Jack is coming around the next couple of corners. But you have another GT2 car just in front of Tambellino, Machado, and also in the third spot down, so anything can happen. Machado's in third. How is Machado in third?
The leader has finished the race.
So Jack has come across the line as your race winner. Lino will pick up second. Machado is currently the third spot. With also all over the back of him now with the GT2 car just in front. I think he will just get out of the way, and that'll be the final finishing positions between these two. Good racing between M2. Corsat comes across the line, picks up the top spot for the M2 car. Piccanello in second, sorry. Keller will be in third, but is that Sloot hunting him down just in the background as well? I think it could be a bit of a scrap on if Kellogg is a little bit out of shape, but the race winner for the GT2 cars is Jack. Lino in second, Machado with the fastest lap and comes up into third spot. Wilson in fourth. Good scrap between them all the way through the race. Jay, close coming across the line between them guys. So Keller and Sloot. As long as Keller keeps it on the wet stuff, doesn't hit any curbs, outbreaks himself. Done a well done straight. I think he may take the third spot. Down into Brooklands now, so all he needs to do is just keep it nice and tidy. The last couple of cars out on track, so Keller will pick up the third spot on the podium. A Sloot comes across the line now with the next couple of cars. Just jump on board with them. So that was a good race. Very eventful with a different change in track conditions. Yeah, that was a good night of FRL, Formula Racing League action, a multi-class on a Thursday. GT2 M2 Round 6 Silverstone, sponsored by Ashley Gemming Down Under. He is your sponsor for this season. Thank you very much. And racing tonight was absolutely awesome. Just having a jump on board. There's some who else is out on track. I can't even see, my eyes are gone. 35. Oh, that is your race winner for the BMW M2 cars. So, as it stands for the M2 cars, Corsair comes home in first, Piccanello in second, Keller in third. Whoops, sorry. That's what I was waiting for. So Corsat comes across the line in top spot for the BMW M2 cars, with Piccanello in second, Keller third, Sloot in fourth, Munster fifth, Pospisil in sixth, Sebastian in seventh, Pagasi in eighth, and S in ninth. So the GT2 cars, Jack is on top spot for the GT2 cars, coming across the line in second. Behind him is Lino, with Machado in third, having the fastest lap of the race, with Ursula in fourth, Talak in fifth, Progetto in sixth, Smith in seventh, Tamburini in eighth, Jay in ninth, Pustuli in 10th, Harvin 11th, Adam in 12th, Gibino in 13th, Gedman 14th, Nicky 15th, Brocken 16th, Litty 17th, and Barnett in 18th. And that is the standings for the GT2 cars. This is the last but one race. Next week we are at Suzuka for the final. No doubt that's going to be very interesting. The type of track it is, nice and tight, twisty, fast couple of corners as well, and it's going to be, I think, a very action-packed bit of racing, because it's going to be a lot of hold-ups in Suzuka next week. But tonight, congratulations to the top three for the GT2 cars and the BMW M2 cars. I shall see you next week, guys, at Suzuka.